to a very special edition of the Arnold Sports Festival Power Podcast. We are joined today by Bob Lorimer, president of the Arnold Sports Festival, and our special guest today is Jim Manion, president of the National Physique Committee and the IFBB Pro League. As many of you know, there's been some changes in the world of bodybuilding since September. And in Columbus, Ohio, this year, for the 30th anniversary of the Arnold Classic and the Arnold Sports Festival, we will be affiliated with the National Physique Committee for the Arnold Amateur. Also, as normal and always, the IFBB Pro League will bring its best athletes to Columbus to compete in the Arnold Classic, Arnold Classic 212, Figure International, Fitness International, Bikini International, Pro Women's Physique, Pro Men's Physique, and new this year, Classic Physique. Let's touch on the Arnold Amateur to begin with. Bob, you founded this event back in 2007 with Mike Davies. What were your goals and objectives back then, and how's the event grown in your mind?
Very good, Brent. Thank you very much. And Jim, thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Great to be here.
Again, this is our 30th year, as Brent said, in the professional division. But, you know, it was in my mind at that particular time, and certainly, you know, working with Jim for as many years as we've had, 30 years, that it just kind of made sense that amateurs always come in to watch it, and they're really who's in the audience. And I kind of remember the story where Jim said in 1970 he was in the audience at one time. And so the thought process behind it is it just gives a platform for amateurs to look forward to and to kind of grow into. And so that's how it kind of started.
So it started in 2007. I think we had about 100 athletes or so that first year. Grew steadily over the years to one of the largest and most prestigious amateur bodybuilding competitions in the country, right up there with the Nationals and the USAs and the Junior USAs and all that. In 2018, it will be under the auspices of the NPC. Will be open to all competitors around the world, open to all NPC competitors. Jim, what's that mean to athletes?
Well, actually, it's going to be under the auspice of the NPC. It's going to be structured and run like an NPC show is in the United States. Basically, it's open worldwide, so it's not really NPC, just the NPC athletes. We want athletes to come from all over the world. Of course, we want the NPC athletes that are supporting the show as usual. But what happened in September, the NPC and the IFBB Professional League separated from the IFBB International Federation, the Amateur Federation. What this did was open up that any athlete can come from around the world to Columbus. I think in the past, you were restricted to so many areas, so many countries only had to send so many athletes. Now, if one country wants to send 100 athletes, that's fine. So we want all our NPC athletes to get in there and compete, but we also are opening up to everybody around the world.
So totally open, regardless of federation. If you're a physique athlete anywhere around the world, you can come to Columbus in March 2018 to get on the stage.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter what federation you belong to. When you come to Columbus, we operate it just like we do the NPC. In the NPC, amateur athletes are allowed to compete wherever they want to compete. So it's the same thing that's going to happen here in Columbus. So if you come from another federation, NABA or whatever, you're allowed to come here and compete.
And the event is now your ticket to the IFBB Pro League. Guaranteed overall winners in bodybuilding, fitness, figure, bikini, men's physique, women's physique, and classic physique will earn pro cards.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm really excited about the classic physique because this is the first time there's going to be an international show that's running classic physique. We have run it here in the States for the past 2 years in the United States. It's never been run internationally. There's a lot of great athletes out there. Can't wait to get into this division. So it's going to be exciting. In the amateurs, this is the first time you're running the pro division, too, in classic physique.
That's correct.
Yes. Yeah, so the Classic Physique new division will be offered on the pro side at the Arnold as well, right along with men's open, men's 212, fitness, figure, bikini, men's physique, and women's physique. Jim, how have the athletes responded to the Classic Physique division? Obviously, men's physique, when that came on a few years ago, it became very, very popular. This is almost between men's physique and bodybuilding, gives the guys bodybuilders a chance to come down a little bit if they want. Men's physique guys can go up if they want. How are the numbers? And how's the athletes responding?
Well, you described it exactly right, Brent. What's happened was we had bodybuilding and we had men's physique. We needed something in the middle. The response has been enormous. It's probably our fastest growing division. And I think, as I said, I can't wait to see. There's a lot of athletes. I talked to Tony Doherty over in Australia. He has hundreds of guys over there ready to compete. So I think we're going to see a lot of great athletes on the stage this time.
Well, registration for the Arnold Amateur is going very, very well. Open until January 31st. ArnoldAmateur.com. All the information, the events March 1 through 3 here in Columbus, Ohio. Like I said, registration is open. Bob, you've seen a lot of great aspiring pros come across that stage over the last 12 years that have gone on to start in the IFBB Pro League. Expect that to continue this year as well?
Oh, absolutely, Brent. And again, guys are coming from around the world. It's really a great opportunity for them to come and compete at this stage and at this level. So, as long as that platform exists. But, it's also Arnold's goal and mission is to allow people from all over and all walks of life to come in and compete. Because when Arnold was competing, again, he competed with the other federations as well. He wasn't aligned to anyone, and he just enjoyed the opportunity of competing, and that's his mission as well. So his and Jim's mission fall right in line with each other. That give everybody a unique opportunity. But one thing, Brent, it's not open to the 31st. We're going to take entries all the way up until the day of.
I was just going to say that.
And even if you want to walk up, you're more than welcome to do that. So we look forward to seeing athletes from all around the world try and come in and earn one of those spots for next year.
And speaking of all around the world, from Australia, I think they were limited to what the athletes were only allowed to come from certain South Pacific area for the Arnold.
Yeah, they definitely had a few limitations, but
I'm putting a plug in with my man Tony in Australia.
Well, we certainly have to for Tony. Tony's doing a really good job down there.
Tony's done a great job, and even athletes from the United States, if you want to go to compete in Australia this year, they can leave Columbus and go to Australia and compete.
Absolutely.
One other thing we should note is if the overall winners at the Arnold Amateur in 2018 will earn IFBB Pro cards, and they will also earn automatic invitations to the Arnold Classic in 2019. So you come here in March and win, you'll be back here in 2019 competing on the pro stage.
Yes, absolutely. In the past, though, Brent, we've had qualifiers, world qualifiers, and again, at that point, Jim just brought his very best contestants out that he could. So it was really the best of the best competing against each other. It's just why we kind of gave him that spot in there. Again, this year we are open, so the limitations will be a little bit different for next year, but because we are opening it up to the world, and people can just come in from anywhere and from around the world. So that's mainly what we encourage, is for even people that have never competed before. If you want to get on a stage the first time out, you're welcome to do so here.
And I think your pro event is going to be very big this year also.
Absolutely. One of our best, 30th year. So I think a lot of people want to come in and they always want to win one of those inaugural dates and times, and so 30 is a really big one. So
the 30th anniversary of the Arnold Classic will be in March, March 1 through 4, 2018. It'll be a very special year here in Columbus. Once again, we'll have a huge sports festival, 75 different sports and events, 18 to 20,000 athletes, 200,000 attendees. ArnoldSportsFestival.com is the website for all your information, tickets, schedules, etc. Jim, you've been here since day one. 1970, Jim brought Arnold in to compete in the Mr. World competition. That led to Columbus hosting the Mr. Olympia 6 times between 1986 and 1976 and 1986, and then we founded the Arnold Classic in 1989. You've watched it all from day one. 30 years down the road now, what are your recollections?
Well, it went from just being basically a bodybuilding contest to being a world-class event for all kinds of sports. You know better than me. How many sports do you have? You said
it's 76 sports.
76 sports.
Yeah.
So it's grown from where we went to the Veterans Memorial now to where you're in 3 or 4 different locations. So it's just grown tremendously.
And right at the heart of it all is the Arnold Fitness Expo in the Greater Columbus Convention Center. Jam-packed, as you guys know, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Arnold Amateur kicks off on Thursday, March 1st. The IFBB Pro League events kick off on Friday, March 2nd. They all run all weekend long. Again, March 1 through 4, 2018, ArnoldSportsFestival.com. Jim, thank you very much for being on with us today. We could not be where we're at today with this contest and this festival weekend without your support throughout the years, and especially in 2018 at the Arnold Amateur and in our IFBB Pro League events. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, and certainly, Brent, I also want to make sure that we reach out to all the other people and members of the NPC and want to welcome them to Columbus for our 30th year. We would love to have you part of it, and a big shout out to Tyler, Steve, and Gary for all their help in this and their continual help, and we look forward to continuing this long-term relationship for another 30 years.
And Jim, just to make it clear, the Arnold Amateur is open to athletes all around the world, especially those in the United States, including those that may not be citizens of the United States but are residing here in our country.
Absolutely. In the past, if you only had a green card, you weren't allowed to compete in the Arnold Amateur because you had to go back through the federation that you came from, where you were born. Now we've opened that up. If you hold a green card, you live in the United States, you have an NPC card, you're going to be able to compete in it.
And that'll be the case for all NPC shows now?
All NPC shows.
North Americans,
North American, Amateur Olympia, yeah.
Great.
But right here, Arnold, Columbus is the first place we're going to be doing it.
And you guys had a show in San Marino recently, professional show, amateur show. How'd that go?
That went great. We had the San Marino Pro and the Amateur Olympia. And we had over 350 athletes from all around the world came to compete.
Good reception from the athletes?
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you for joining us today on this very special edition of the ASF Power Podcast. We look forward to seeing you in Columbus, Ohio, March 1 through 4, 2018. Tickets, schedule, more information, www.arnoldsportsfestival.com.
Let's click in arnoldamateur.com as well if you're an amateur listening to this and want to register.
Bob, Jim, thank you guys very much. Thank you for joining us in this latest issue of the Arnold Sports Festival Podcast, and we'll see you in Columbus, Ohio in March.